Nah. We're gonna have to get this out to the people. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to get this to the people of the land. Tribe or not, let me tell you something. Fishermen out in the sea. If you're new here, my name is Richard Simba, aka the host of the podcast, Levels with Value Pod. You might see me online. I'm on social media as well, Levels with Richard being the handle, and we put out a lot of content that's going to be relevant for you if you've got somewhere to be. I mean, along this journey, there's going to be some ups and some downs, right? But what you don't do is take your seatbelt off in the middle of a roller coaster. What I'm seeing right now, I want to speak to these kind of juggernauts, yeah? I don't even speak to them, I want to speak about them. Some things came to my attention. There's an argument of prominence, right? So you guys are familiar with, you content creators are familiar with other media channels, right? Like BBC, ITV, Channel 4, and like much more, right? The argument right now is an argument of prominence. This is what's happening with content creators. If you've been feeling some sort of feeds acting up, or if you feel like in the future maybe you're less reluctant to put one foot forward, well, you shouldn't be, but you should be aware of what's happening. So this is it, right? And I'm sure you want to be in the know, right? Traditional broadcasters believe their content should receive prominence over ours. Can I get a boo? Hang on. Do you know what that means? So that means that their content should be top of the feed, the first thing seen by our audience, and our content should be pushed below theirs. Or they probably don't even care where it goes, if it goes at all, right? This is now the government's strong arming, not only YouTube. We've seen the battle over TikTok when it was for sale. I tried to buy a TikTok. You feel me? Man said your money can't work here. So alright, away we go. But ladies and gentlemen, this is them strong arming YouTube, yeah, and other social media platforms to make sure people see their content before ours. Doesn't that sound funny to you? I understand what's happening to you because this is why it sounds funny to me, right? Whether you're a Christian or not, right? This goes against the essence of social media. If you're a content creator, if you're a business owner, if you're a digital marketer, you've probably got views, right? Stand as one, now come as 10,000. We got views and a reception because we earned it. We built our influence. This ain't the kind of influence that can be bought. We built our influence and they want to come in here after all our foundations and circumvent that process and just be guaranteed audience's attention. And they're the same people going to get up on the screen and be like, yeah, nothing's guaranteed, yeah, work hard, all this kind of, listen, call your jets, we're going to bring forth the evidence. I know we're going to put it down below, right? It's the green paper draft plan. If you're in UK, especially if you're a content creator, if you're a business owner, if you're putting content out on it, you should know about this. You should see what the hell's going on in this document. Oh yeah, fisherman out in the sea, pulls up his net. What can it be? The green paper draft plan. Listen, guys, it's open to the public, right? It's open to the public, so you can comment on this till the August 2026, until the end, I think it is, right? So yeah, leave your comments, leave your thoughts, leave your feedbacks. This is about to get saucy. And whether you're from abroad and you watch my content or you're across the water, it's going to make sense for you in the end. Oh yeah, it's coming. You feel me? It gets saucy. They want you as a social media outlet, whether you're TikTok, whether you're they want you to volunteer. And here's the catch, right? If the platforms ain't happy with what the platforms are voluntarily doing, then this may become law. What on earth, what on God's green earth is actually happening down here on earth? A law. These guys not only want us, the denizens of earth, complicit in their inappropriate behavior and agendas. But that means, put this down to what it means, right? In layman's terms, this means they basically get prominence regardless of whether the content is good or useful for whatever ages, they get prominence, right? Okay, cool. Richard Simba, I've done some work, I've done some research, and I can understand the big juggernauts not liking misinformation out there in the world, right? I can understand that. Trustworthy sources, I can understand that. But forcing people into a palatable food, that means you lot are gonna come to our energies and get prominence regardless of whether it's good. Whether the content could be whether the content is good or useful to someone or someone's state, like that's crazy. That's actually crazy. So again, I understand there's levels to this. I'm interested in the future. I believe the only way we're going to get there is together. So again, I agree with the misinformation. That's a problem. That is a problem. I agree. We should find our news sources from trustworthy sources. But this is how it's working right now. Listen, whether you're on TikTok, like me, Facebook, YouTube, if you're a content creator, you're a business owner, you post content, right? And then based on your previous searches, the algorithm will like suggest, like, all right, cool. This might be valuable to you. Right? Listen, guys, you might be like, hang on, valuable. These guys are dancing, they're singing. Like, entertainment is also a form of value, right? In the way they're delivering and perceived value, right? And if the algorithm is not corrected, it should show your content to the people in the future who have liked similar content, who have or showed some sort of uh, um, who have commented, right? Maybe they've commented, they've saved, they've liked, right? They've shared the video. Chances are you've seen my videos on the For You page. The recent video which I made about Spain, I'm scrolling down on the For You page, I see that on there, right? And it's on there because it's deemed worthy as something they thought the people would want to watch. And it is. It's great content, right? The algorithm's working as it should, right? Now, if we have these juggernauts and they override and they pass this law, check this. Whether you're a content creator or whether you're a civilian, whether you're a pedestrian, whether you're living under the rock for the last 5 years and you're about to come out, listen, it's been raining. If they pass this law, oh, grab your umbrella, ladies and gentlemen. You will log on, right? Like normal. But listen, whether you're on break, whether you're at work, you will see content, but you're not going to see the content. You won't see content you're likely to watch and benefit from. They want ITV, Channel 4, they want their content to come first, whether it's good for you or whether it's better than other content. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? They want prominence. They want to force this palatable food, right? And you will see this kind of stuff like the government thinks you should be watching. That's what's going to now start popping up in your food. Like, imagine man seeing stuff about some, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Man said, oh, you should try some Tai Chi if you're 50 or old. Like, bro, I don't want to be watching that. I don't want to know about this stuff and that stuff. If I want medical stuff, like, we've got good stuff right now. We don't, if I want to know about whatever that is, I'll know about that, right? But this is what's happening, guys. You're going to start to see stuff the government thinks you should be watching, right? This ain't just going to affect your favorite reporters, like Jackie or Kathy Kelly. Listen, big up Jackie, big up Kathy Kelly. But listen, a lot of creators, they ain't going to show that transparent way of thinking, right? Or the day in the life of da 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 da, the day in the life of da da da. Like, they're not going to be showing that, all right? And not because government's content is better. Oh my God. Because it's more useful. Someone say, Holy Ghost of Caesar. Just because the government deems it to be more trustworthy. 4 things right now you might want to write down. You know what I'm saying? The Queen's got us and we're here on the front line delivering. Before we bring back the spoils, 4 things. Oh, I enjoy them. There's probably going to be a decline if this goes ahead as law. There's going to be a decline in people consuming social media content. Right? I know I've done it. There's been times where weird adverts come on, or I just feel like, what the hell is this? And I promise you, I mute the TV. I grab the remote control and I mute the advert, or I mute whatever's got. Like I might see it. I might go on my phone, I might play a game, but I'll mute it. I've gone past not even watching it. I'll even mute. I don't even want to hear it. You feel me? And some of you guys have done it as well. You've seen maybe some stuff that's come on, and you're like, you know what? I'm shutting off my laptop. I'm shutting off my phone. I'm like, what? Like, I'm gone. You feel me? I am gone. You're not the problem here, my friend. You feel me? You're not the problem. You're not too picky. You're not too hard to be loved. You're an acquired taste. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Listen, we're cracking heads. Oh yeah, we're twisting caps and breaking spells. Number two, the overall consumption of social media might actually decrease. Like I said, I've done it myself. I've grabbed the remote control. I've muted it. I don't want to. Some weird. I'm saying, what kind of energy is this? I've muted them, man. I'm not even. You understand what I'm trying to say? I can't be the only one. I know, male or females, a lot of you guys have probably done it, but not said anything. Not said anything publicly. I don't care. I'll say it. I'll same way I said it private, same way I say it public. I'm with the lions, not the hunters. Number three, as business owners, as people who are trying to like liberate ourselves in like reality of our own choosing, is pulling the strings on this guitar. It makes it harder for content creators to reach our freaking audience, right? If they pass this as law, you don't think that's going to make it harder for you to grow? You don't think it's going to make it harder for you to find your ideal tribe? This is an unfair and unrighteous stunt to your growth. It is. Same people are going to sit there in their $1,000 suits talking about, oh yeah, they can't, these people are dumb. And they, you know what I'm saying? And they're the ones who set up this detox process. It's unfair and an unrighteous stunt to your growth. And number four, oh, we're going to get to that money. You want to get to the bottom line. Huh? I don't blame you. There's got monies, yeah, human monies. And you know, here in the UK, yeah, as a content creator, I believe we contribute to 2 billion to their economy. If you're a content creator, you make content, you release it here in the UK, you're a big player. Understand what I'm trying to say? We contribute 2 billion to the economy every single year. And listen, most of that money is imported from overseas or from a different place, a different country, a different continent, right? The money's coming, most of the money's coming from overseas, and then we bring it to the UK, and then we hire people here, we create more opportunities, we allow other people to further themselves, and we also spend the money here, whether it's in Gucci's or whether it's in, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for the ladies, most of them can wear Primark and still look. It's a madness. Listen, let me stay here though. This is big money. That's $2 billion. That's $2 billion that will be under. Man, we are in the firing line. That's $2 billion with a red dot, right? Because we can't reach our audience, because other channels are given prominence, right? Not because they're even better or they put more effort or it's more useful. Like, we may no longer be able to work with brands we've worked with or want to work with. And that again is unfair and it's unrighteous. We may not be able to sell our product. We may, I want to say we can't, you feel me? But the way it's going, yeah, we may not be able to sell our products or services the same way. And now we may not even get money for making content on these platforms, because you know some of these platforms reward you for upskilling yourself in this digital age. We won't get as much views, we won't get as much likes, we won't get as much comments, we won't get as much shares. So now we don't get as much money from the content. Again, we've been absolutely unfairly, unrighteously red dotted, right? And if you're not from the UK and you turn me up and you're in well within good reason to do so, overstand what's happening here. If you're not from the UK and you watch this space and you like this content, maybe you find me from TikTok, right? You're probably thinking the same thing as I'm thinking. If you read Robert Kiyosaki's work, you know globalization is here. It's been here for a minute. You know what affects here. This just doesn't affect here no more, right? It can affect that. It not good. It will affect that country, this country. I'm gonna give you a demonstration. In fact, really quick, the yip and the yapping. Yeah. If this becomes a legislation, if this becomes law, right? This now becomes a template for everyone else to use. When I heard the Queen speak to me about the social media ban, you guys might be familiar with it. It was for 16-year-olds. Australia banned it, right? UK said, yeah, we see that template. Rah, rah. How's it going? You know what I'm saying? How's the How's the people? I mean, they probably call you sheeple. Like, I'm with the lions, not the hunters. You feel me? I'm gonna give you their perspective. I'm gonna give you their perspective. I'm gonna give you my perspective. We're gonna overstand what's happening here. You understand what I'm trying to say? Let's get back to it. Australia banned it. UK said, you know what, we're gonna ban it in 2027. USA said, yeah, we're considering it. We don't have a date right now, but we're strongly. Do you see what's happening here? And these lot are they're saying it's law. My friend, whether you're a content creator, whether you use the internet, whether maybe your kids use the internet, you're gonna need to engage with us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're gonna need to engage with these kind of topics. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're gonna need to stay vigilant. You understand what's happening here? Stay vigilant. Listen, we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna bring that one 360. For now, I'm gonna say it like this because I love books. Many people who around man also read a lot of books. Warren Buffett, I think, reads 8 books. He was saying, is it 8 books a day? That's crazy. That's the most amount of books I've read in a month. That's absolutely phenomenal. So imagine this. Understand what's happening here. Imagine a library where the librarian is forced by the mayor to only place books from the city's council approves list on the front table, putting all the books to the regardless of the interest or the quality, regardless of the persons of the quality. Imagine this is what now happens. Sooner or later, no one visits the freaking library because they can't find what they want to read and they don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? We don't. This is the level right now. You feel like find the. We need to match this frequency, right? And now that causes the entire building to loses its value and to lose its purpose. This issue impacts all content creators, not just news reporters. It's going to stunt organic growth. And I was speaking to my brother Hills today from the Hills Fan. He was saying, "Yeah, I've seen some sort of acting up." I said, "You know what? I'm gonna lay it down how it is right now. You feel me? I'm gonna make this video how it is. Right. We was gonna do the TikTok, but as I was about to do the TikTok, you wouldn't believe what happened, bro. The phone overheated. The phone's not even charging anymore. They said we can't charge your phone until you know what I'm saying the whole thing's blowing up. We ain't even started. We ain't even started, but you know how these things be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, it's time to heal. Most of us are going places where we know, but that does not mean that we know what to expect. Be vigilant. Let's look out for each other. Like I said, engage with us. And I'm going to put the link for this document because I said it's public, it's open. People can comment on it. Your thoughts, your feedback, anything. You feel me? If you whatever you want to say, don't hold. Be vigilant and let's look out for each other. This is the fight of our lives. This is what they do. They try to turn stuff that means so much to us into something trivial. I'm gonna leave the link. And what you want to do, listen, the survey begins with like a few general questions. Once you complete that, you want to click section 4, the future of PV distribution. And then when you go on there, yeah, let loose. You feel me? Let your hair down, girls. Man them, you know what I'm saying? Chest up, head high, you know what I'm saying? All of them. You know what I'm saying? Give it, hey, listen. Yeah, have something about you. Understand what's going on? Boy Malin says, have something about you. Yeah? We're signing off for now, though. We're signing off with a bang.